Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Thanks for joining me today. This is Your Journey Yoga, and I'm Cheryl. Today we are going to have a super good time combining some Pilates, some yoga, and some yoga with weights. So we're going to get stretched out. We're going to get a really good, solid, strong core. We're going to work those legs, and we're just going to feel fantastic. So that's the goal. So I hope you're great. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep, that you're hydrated, and you're ready to go. So starting today just in a seated position, we're going to get a little bit warmed up and just get that body moving and the blood flowing. So a seated position that feels good to you, cross-legged if that's fine. We're going to bring those hands down by your sides and sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, gently bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale, head up nice and tall, and as you exhale, take your gaze out over that right shoulder. And inhale it back to center. Exhale and take the gaze out over that left shoulder. And inhale it back to center. Extend those arms out to a T. Flex your wrists, hollow your tummy and chest. Press your palms forward, spine back. Inhale it open and reach. Exhale, open those arms out to a T. Flex the wrists, hollow your tummy and chest. Press your palms forward, spine back, chin down. Inhale, open. And reach 2 more times, just like that, opening, flexing the wrists, pressing the palms forward. So if this is your first kind of really big movement of the day, oh my goodness, feels so good. Exhale, hollow. Inhale, open and reach. Exhale, release that right hand down, left arm up and over. Oh, big long stretch all the way down that side body. Inhale, reach, both arms come up. Exhale, other side, take it up and over. Good stretch. Inhale, both arms come up. As you exhale, turn to the right. Little tap of the fingertips to the floor. Inhale, reach to the sky, turn back to face front. And exhale, rotate. Tap the fingertips to the floor. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Get rid of those wiggles in the shoulders. Front and back. Beautiful. All right, you guys, let's come up onto all fours. So if you happen to have weights, great. If you don't have any weights, guys, no worries. We can still just do this with body weight. Having those weights handy, if you need to grab them, push pause, and then come back here. I'll be waiting in tabletop for you. Core is strong. Take a big breath in. Let's come to cow pose, tummy towards the ground. Lift your gaze, lift your sit bones. Exhale, hollow the tummy and chest. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Let's do 2 more, just moving at the pace of your breath. Exhale and hollow. 1 more of each. Big inhale. And exhale. And coming back to that neutral spine. So grab your weights if you've got them. If you don't have any, no worries. We're going to stay in that tabletop position, only we're going to take those hands out towards the top of the mat just a bit. Keeping those hands shoulder width apart. Core is strong. We're going to lower ourselves forward to a little push up. And then we're going to press it back up. And we're going to pull that left hand right by the bottom of the rib cage. Set it back down. Right hand right by the bottom of the rib cage. Set it back down. And another push up. Elbows right by the ribs, pulling that left arm up, setting it down, right arm up, and setting it down again, a push-up. So even if we're doing body weight, guys, just lift that hand right up by the rib cage, and those push-ups, oh yes, gotta love the push-ups. Let's do 2 more, taking it up to the rib cage, setting it down, and a push-up. Left hand, right hand, and a push-up. And set it back to child's pose. Go ahead and extend those arms, release those weights. Forehead towards the mat, and just breathe. Finding that breath. And we're going to inhale it up to tabletop. I want you to grab your weights if you've got them, and we're going to pull them kind of underneath those shoulders. So our tabletop position, lining the shoulders over the hands, core is strong. Now we're going to rotate, and we're going to extend top leg and reach to the sky. and come back to that tabletop position. Using that momentum, extending. So the momentum is going to try and pull us. We're going to use that momentum to create resistance. So we're working against gravity as that gravity wants to pull those weights back down. Breathe, keeping that core strong, alternating sides. If you prefer, come up onto your toes or the outside edges of your feet. And we roll. Activating, really working that side plank. Now you can do the exact same thing without the weights. Breathe. One more time, extending that top arm, coming back to plank. This time, let's roll it to that left hand. Right arm extends to the sky. Stay here. Rotate your palm towards the front. We're going to lower the arm down by the ribs or the waist, and then lift it up and over. Now that bottom hand, if it's better for you to take it off of the weight and just be on the floor, that's absolutely fine. If you need to come down onto your forearm, that is absolutely fine. We're in that side plank position, managing that weight. So really getting strong through those shoulders. If it's too much, guys, don't reach quite so far forward. Last one. Take it up and over. Awesome. Inhale, lift it to the sky, and slowly releasing it down. We go directly into the other side. So onto that right hand, left arm extends to the sky, reach it up. Breathe. Now we can still be on those knees, or we can be up on those feet. Rotate your left palm towards the front. Let's take it up and over, and then up to the sky and slowly lower it down. Now we've kind of reversed that action. So noticing what's more challenging, managing that lowering down by your hip or keeping it controlled, reaching overhead. Both are pretty challenging, both requiring a lot of strength and focus. Breathe. We're lifting out of that right shoulder. Again, you can be down on that forearm if you need to be. Last one. Take it up and over. And all the way down by your hip. And back to the sky. And slowly releasing it down. Release your knees. Sit it back to child's pose. Oh, that was a lot of work, guys. And just breathe. Roll those wrists. Whatever feels good. And just sit it back to child's pose. And as you're ready, walk those hands up. Let's come over onto a hip. Sweep the feet around and slide on down to the top of your mat. Again, grabbing your weights if you like. Otherwise, no worries. So we're going to take those weights right by your chest, or just bring your hands by your chest. Elbows are going to come out nice and wide, not too wide, so we don't want them way up by the shoulders, just kind of below the shoulders. And we're going to take those the upper body leaning back. Now we're going to press the weights out, fly open. Oh, did you feel how that pulls you? Close the weights. Now sit back up tall, almost bringing the chest to the weights. Sit it back, take the weights. Press it out. Open it up. Oh, second one's not so bad because your body knows what's coming. Bring it back together and rise. Take it back with the weights. Extend it out. Fly it open. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Bring the weights back together and lift. Again, let's lean it back. Take those weights. Press the weights out. Fly them open. Oh, bring them back together and rise. Chest to the weights. Let's do that one more time. Take it back. Take the weights. Press the weights out. Open it up. Soft bend in those elbows. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bring the weights back together and rise. Nice job. Open those feet. Set your weights down. Take a hold at the ankles and just relax the weight of the upper body down. So guys, body weight alone, oh my goodness, it's great. So you don't have to have weights, and you certainly don't need big weights. And let's roll it on up. Breathe. Take a hold of those weights if you've got them again. And we close those legs. Let's take it to boat pose. Breathe. So hands at the chest. Breathe. So this is going to be a little challenging. If those shoulders or the neck do not like this, guys, set your weights down or just bring those hands back or extend them out. So we're going to extend those arms out, palms to the sky. We're going to do bicep curls here, pulling those weights right up by your ears and then extending it back down. Right up by the ears, extend it back down. So just managing the movement of the weights, guys, the movement, the shift of the hands can be challenging. Keeping that belly button drawn in, making sure we're taking care of that lower back. Breathe. Find that breath. Now, if your lower back's not happy, guys, use the support of those hands behind those thighs. Be nice. One more time. Now turn those hands towards the front and press overhead and bring it back down. Press overhead and back to the shoulders. So again, we can do this without any weights. Press it up and bring it down. Press it up and bring it down. So you choose what's right for you. Noticing, how that intensity just goes through the roof as we add those weights. And press and bring it back down. Crisscross your legs and let's walk those hands forward. Go ahead and set the weights off to the side and just release the weight of the upper body down. Just a really nice forward fold. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands out to the left and reach to those right fingertips. Releasing through that lower back. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through center and over to the right. Reach through those left fingertips and breathe. Coming back through to center, relax the weight of your head. And slowly walk those hands back up. Awesome job. All right, guys, let's extend those legs out nice and long. Sitting up tall, taking a hold of those weights if you like. So we're going to lift those elbows back behind us, and I want you to squeeze those elbows like there's a bungee cord wrapped around both of them, and it's squeezing them together. Lifting the chest, lengthening through the crown of the head, flex your feet, and we're going to extend those arms out and bring it back in. So extending those arms to the back and then pulling back in, all the while managing that upper body. So really working those triceps. Exhale as you extend. Inhale, draw it back in. So we're working to keep those elbows back and together as best we can, keeping that length through the crown of the head, keeping that core strong. Breathe. 2 more. And last one. And release it down. Nice job. Let's take that right arm up and back. Go ahead and relax feet. Left hand to that right elbow and gently press. Just getting a really nice stretch for the shoulders and for the tricep. If you like, circle that left arm around behind. Reach up. Can you find your fingertips? Lock them if you can find them. Now let's sit up a little bit taller and flex those feet once again. Breathe. If you like, begin to hinge it forward a little bit. Now if you need to soften those feet, it's okay. Lengthen through the crown of the head, so we're not rounding through the chest and letting those shoulders roll forward. We're staying long. We're rolling those shoulders back, and there's this really intense stretch going on through the backs of the legs. We rise. Soften those feet. Release your hands. Left arm comes up and over. Right hand to that left elbow and gently press. Chin staying off the chest. Breathe. Circling that right arm around behind, reaching up. Can you find your fingertips? Lock them if you can find them. Roll those shoulders back. Now again, flex those feet. Adding that intensity where it feels good to you. And slowly begin to hinge it forward. Again, keeping those shoulders rolled back. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Breathe, gazing forward out towards those ankles. Inhale, we rise. Releasing the hands. Give those shoulders a big roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Go ahead and soften those feet. We're going to take those weights just kind of off to the side a little bit. We're going to come back to them in just a second. So we're going to slide down towards the top of your mat if you're not already there. So just giving yourself plenty of room that you have to the back of the mat that we can come all the way down. So we're going to extend those arms out nice and long, slowly rolling back. Breathe. Extending the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, we come up and reach. Come all the way back. Come up and reach. So we're reaching to the opposite toes, coming back and reach and up. So if you want, take a hold of your weights, come back and reach and take it up. Come back and reach and take it up. So we're reaching with the opposite arm. The other hand holding the weight just stays out of the way. Reach. And back down, overhead, managing that weight. Up and reach. Up and back. And reach. Nice. And up and over with those arms. And reach. And up and back. Last one each side. Reach. Take it up and back. Here we go. Reach. Take it up and back. Now we're going to hold it back. We're going to bend those knees so that the small of the back stays on the mat. Go ahead and relax those arms down. So even if you have the weights, if you don't have the weights, arms are overhead. Breathe. So we're going to lift those arms slowly, slowly, slowly towards the sky. And we're going to open up those weights so they're not touching and those fingertips are pointed straight to the sky. So I'm not death gripping those wrists. I'm just supporting them. And I'm kind of using my thumbs to hold on a bit more. I'm going to bend the elbows and I'm going to lower those weights right back to the side of the head and then extend those arms straight to the sky. So I'm really working to minimize the movement and really keep it focused on those triceps. Elbows stay narrow, right in line with those shoulders. So just hinging at that elbow joint, really working to keep the rest of the arm steady. Full extension to the top. So I just don't want a death grip, guys. Just hold on to those weights softly, but so that they're not going to fall. Breathe. Good, let's do two more, keeping that belly button drawn in, keeping the small of the back, pressing into the mat. Let's do one more. And go ahead and open those arms all the way out, soft bend in the elbows so the back of the hands don't touch. And then slowly close, keeping that soft bend in the elbow. I want you to pretend like there's a giant tree trunk out in front of you and you're going to give it a hug. Open those elbows wide. And then pull it back together, keeping that belly button drawn in, small of the back, pressing into the mat. And lift. And lower. As you lift, I want you to really squeeze through the chest. Almost feels like you're creating space between your shoulder blades as you squeeze through the chest. Let's do two more. Then we're going to ditch those weights just for a bit. Last one, give that tree a hug, squeeze, 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 and slowly open. And let's go ahead and set those weights aside. Awesome. And we're going to bring that right knee in towards the chest, extending the leg. Left knee can be bent, and we're going to lift the upper body. We're going to pull that right leg in, toes are pointed, and then we're going to switch, bending that right knee, right foot comes to the mat, left leg is long, two tugs, and switch. Keeping that upper body off the mat as best you can. And we're just giving it two tugs. This is a really nice stretch for the hamstring and for the calf. At the same time, oh yes, we're working the core and those hip flexors. If you like, straighten the legs. So with both legs long, just intensifying things a bit. You don't need to. You can keep that knee bent, but we keep with that two tugs. Two tugs. If that upper body is like, wow, I could really use some rest real quick, Neck's not happy, bring your head back down and breathe. 2 more. And pull those knees in. Oh, lift the nose towards those knees. Breathe. Releasing that upper body down if you need to, otherwise keep it up. Hands come right by your ears. We're going to take a big breath. Exhale. Extend the legs to the sky, extend the arms overhead. Circle the arms down by your hips, and then pull everything back in. Extend the arms, extend the legs. Circle the arms, and pull it back in. So with those toes pointing to the sky, still really working, guys. Circle it back in. If you like, you can start to extend those legs out rather than so much up. And that's going to intensify things even further. So just find that rhythm that works for you. And breathe. 2 more. Pull it around and in. Last one. Hold it out. Breathe. Slowly lower the upper body, lower those arms. Flutter kicks. Keeping the small of the back, pressing into the mat. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knees in. Take your gaze to the right and just relax the weight of your head. Lift your gaze back through to center and then over to the left. And just relax the weight of the head. Beautiful. Coming back, looking straight ahead, release your legs, and we're going to roll to one side. So we roll to one side, extending bottom arm out. Top arm is just going to be there to help kind of support us and to manage staying on that hip. So as we look down, we want to make sure that we are making one nice long line through the body. So if we look down, we're not seeing too much of our feet at all. Feet are just tucked right in line with those hips. Breathe. Core is strong. We're going to lift both feet and put them down. Lift both feet and put them down. Now, if that's too intense, guys, just lift your top leg and breathe. And breathe. Using those exhales on that work. Inhales as you release. So managing the rocking of the hips. Managing the movement of the upper body. It's just the legs. And 3, 2, and 1. Keep your legs up. Breathe. And we're just going to lift and lower that top leg while managing that bottom leg to stay up. And breathe. Toes are pointed. Belly button's drawn in. I am right here with you, my friends. I feel it too. And breathe. 3, 2, and 1. And go ahead and release them down. Now we're going to pull those knees forward just a little bit. We're going to keep those big toes touching. Let's come up onto our forearm and move that hand down kind of right along the belly button. So that top arm is just right by the belly. I want you to notice that bottom shoulder. We don't want to sink into it. We want to stay lifted out of it. So those knees are forward. We're going to keep the big toes touching, and we're going to open and close. So now this is another one where as you open, that top hip is going to want to pull back a bit. We're going to keep those hips stacked and breathe. Beautiful. Just opening and closing. 2 more. Are we still lifted out of that shoulder? Last one. Beautiful. Now we're going to take it up, lifting those hips, and we're going to open and close. Now you can choose to stay up. You can rest the hand on the hip. Find some place that feels good to you. You can extend that arm overhead. If you need to keep those hips down, guys, absolutely fine. Really working that outer hip and that gluteus minimus. Breathe. Gluteus medius. Oh my goodness. Those obliques. And close. Go ahead and release it down. Release the arm. Go ahead and pull yourself back up. Beautiful. Now we're going to sweep it around to the other side. So taking it down, extending all the way out, and again making that nice straight line. Top arm is there for support. Head is just resting. Breathe, point those toes, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lift both legs and down. Lift both legs and down. Beautiful. So really working to keep those legs together. So we're working those adductor muscles, those inner thigh muscles. And breathe. So nice, you guys. And breathe. Doing our best to keep that rest of the body from moving too much. This is just happening in the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Hold them up. Now that top leg, up and down, up and down. Being mindful that we're not rocking back onto that bottom cheek, right? So if we start to feel the body shift, manage it with your core. Your core is your powerhouse, guys. Getting it stronger each and every exercise, each and every movement we make. Keeping that bottom leg lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Such a great job. Go ahead and release it down. And let's pull those knees forward, coming up onto that bottom forearm. So we want that elbow and shoulder in line, and we want to lift out of the shoulder. Again, that right hand just slides down, so it's nice there for a little kickstand, if you will, just to keep you balanced. As you look down, just a nice bend in those knees. Big toes are going to stay touching, and we're going to open and close for our clamshells. Really feeling this in that glute med. Great exercise for your buns, those stability muscles in your hips. And breathe. Now those heels can stay touching or they can open. It's, you guys, everybody is made differently. And if your body, like, how in the world do you do that without lifting your heels? You may not be able to, and that's okay. That's part of what makes this amazing. I mean, it's a journey, right? And we're all made differently, and each side of our body is made differently. So it's an adventure, and it's about keeping a sense of humor, an open mind, a non-judgmental mind. So we just work our butts off, right? Literally and figuratively. Good. Last one. Now let's take it up. Oh, yes. Now you can stay down. Absolutely fine. And we open and close. Hand can be on your hip. Arm can be extended. You find where it feels right to you. Maybe you want to rest your hand on your thigh. Absolutely great. We just really want to make sure that we are not sinking into that bottom shoulder. And we're managing the movement through the rest of the body. Awesome, you guys. Reaching out of those fingertips. If that arm is extended, just keeping the arm relaxed. If the hand is on the hip, breathe. And 3, 2, and 1. Close those knees, slowly lower yourself down, and let's pull it back in. Staying here, let's take a hold of that outside ankle, and we're going to do some mermaids, taking it up and over, and let's take it up and all the way over. Nice. Now those knees can stay bent, or if you like, as you take it up and over, you can extend that top leg. Reach. Oh my goodness, that feels good. And take it up and over, pull that foot in. And one more. Ah, yes. And let's switch and do that on the other side. Pulling those feet in, hand down, reach it up and over. Oh, good long stretch all the way through the ribs and the waist. Take it up and over, holding on to that ankle. So again, this time, if you like, extend that top leg as you lift. Oh, yes. And bring it in. Pull the knee back in. And take it up and over. And lift. Let's do one more, just because that feels really good. Take it up and over. And up and back. Nicely done. Let's turn and face the top of the mat, extending those legs out nice and long. Reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Tummy down, chest down, hands, and relax the weight of your head. Nice forward fold. Just letting the body sink. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. And release those hands down by your sides. Keeping that left leg long, pull your right knee in. We're going to bring that foot to the inside or cross to the outside of the thigh. Wrapping the crook of that left elbow around your knee, pull your knee in nice and tight. Bringing that right hand behind you, sit up nice and tall. Slowly take your gaze out over that right shoulder with a little tuck of your chin towards your collarbone. Breathe. So we're getting this nice stretch for that right hip, promoting flexibility for that spine. Nice stretch down the back of that left leg, and a little release of tension for the neck as you draw your chin down towards the chest. Inhale, reach that right arm back, circle it up and over, and let's release that rotation and switch sides. Right leg long, left foot either to the inner thigh or to the outside of that right thigh. We wrap the crook of that right elbow around the knee and pull it in nice and tight. That spinal rotation, I want you to really feel the length in your spine as you twist. Add a flex to that right foot. Left hand behind you, sit up nice and tall. And breathe. Really work to draw the knee in towards the chest, getting that great little stretch for that left hip. And then take your gaze out over that left shoulder, drawing your chin towards your chest. Getting that release in the neck. We lift our gaze, we extend that left arm and circle it all the way back up and over, releasing that rotation. And let's come into a cross-legged position. Bringing those arms once again down by your sides. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, release the chin towards the chest. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Exhale, take your gaze out over that right shoulder. And inhale back to center. Exhale out over that left shoulder. And back to center, reach to the sky. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhale, reach to the sky, both arms come up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up and over. You guys did so great today. Inhale, reach to the sky, both arms come up. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms to the sky. Exhale, lower those arms down to shoulder height. Now press those palms forward as you press the spine back, tuck your chin. Inhale, pull those hands into heart center. I just want to thank you so much for stepping onto your mat with me, for taking this adventure today, you guys, for doing your part in making the very best version of yourself that there can be today. You guys, time for yourself is key. Time to just breathe, to move, and to get healthy and stay healthy. Thank you for choosing to do that with me, inviting me into your home or wherever you may be. I appreciate you more than you know. Until the next time, my friends, have an amazing rest of your day. Light and love to each and every one of you. And until the next time, namaste.